Welcome to the Justin and Jay Lohr Center for Wine and Viticulture. We have a wastewater treatment plant specifically for the winery, and we're going to have a look at that right now. Okay, so the wastewater from the winery, which is only the drainage water and washing water, comes into a sump, and from that sump it is pumped up into the wastewater treatment plant. So this wastewater treatment plant was specifically designed to handle the high BOD, biological oxygen demand of winery wastewater. So the wastewater treatment plant is a package unit designed and built by Cloacina for this, specifically for the winery. The wastewater starts at the back end there and then moves forward, getting cleaner and cleaner, where it eventually is the cleanest water, is almost clean enough to drink. Comes through here, it gets very fine filtered through a membrane filtration system, and then it gets UV disinfected, and again, you could almost drink this water. This platform was specifically built so that students could access the treatment plant side of it and really do some studies on what's going on up here. Come on up. So from our lift station down there, the water is pumped into this solid separating tank in here, where the heavy solids are settled out the bottom, and that sludge is pumped out and used by the compost portion of the Cal Poly composting system that we added to compost. Anything that's large, like any stems or skins or anything that make it through the initial treatment system, will get caught in this filter. And this spring, it's actually a screen, and the screen has an auger, and then we'll dump it out of here, and then the heavy stuff will come out here. We'll have a garbage can here when it's up and running. This is the primary treatment zone. So water from the solid settling tank is pumped up here and sprayed over this grid. This grid eventually will be kind of a tanny color because you'll have bacteria growing on it. Everything about wastewater treatment is tied to living organisms. So we'll have living organisms on the screen and this membrane, and it'll take out a lot of the biological oxygen demand. And after this first treatment, that's why we call it primary treatment, it goes to a secondary treatment system. In the secondary treatment system, all sorts of bugs are again working at it. Those bugs kind of change from winter to summer, but there's always bacteria working on it, eating up the biological oxygen demand, the carbon, everything that comes in the wastewater treatment plant, or wastewater treatment stream is taken out, and those bugs eventually end up being discharged into the solid tank. So here we have it spraying the water for the primary treatment. It's recirculating, and that kind of helps with the aeration as well. So this is water that's been recirculated, coming through here, and going through this initial grid. So this is back to the primary treatment. That water again flows into the secondary treatment. So the clean water from the second tank goes into this third tank, and there are membranes in here that's almost as fine as reverse osmosis membranes, and those membranes actually clean the water. The membranes have openings that are 0.03 microns in diameter. So that's smaller than any bacteria or virus or anything bad can get through those. So those membranes use very low pressure. They use almost a suction pressure, and then the pressure head of just the water over them to filter that water, and then that clean water gets discharged into this first tank here, and then it goes through the UV system and can be reused again. It can be reused to irrigate the trees around Cal Poly, the lands around Cal Poly, or it could be discharged to another wastewater treatment plant. But our hope in the end is to be able to reuse it on our new olive orchard over here.